So Tesla is going to have some catalyst here in the near term that will push the stock to new all-time highs. Now, these are catalysts that are right in your face. But investors and analysts really don't understand the significance of these catalysts. They're on Wall Street. They have Wall Street friends. They don't understand growing a business most of the time. Elon Musk himself said, drug dealers know more about business than 99% of CEOs. And I reckon that to Wall Street as well. They don't understand how big these catalysts are going to be for Tesla and what kind of impact it will have to Tesla's share price. So if you want to grow your net worth, if you want to make more money, if you want to reach financial freedom as quickly as possible, this is your place to be. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, all of that good stuff. Now, let's dive straight into this video with the first catalyst. This is one that you have heard me talk about before if you have watched 2 or 3 of my videos. And this is the most bullish thing. I want to say the most bullish thing, but all of these catalysts are so bullish, they will push Tesla to a new all-time high. So which one's more bullish? I don't know. They're all bullish. They're all super bullish. It's advertising. Now, let me explain something to you. How many McDonald's commercials have you seen in your lifetime? It's uncountable. Thousands of McDonald's commercials. Why is McDonald's advertising? They don't expect you to see a McDonald's commercial and run out that second and go buy McDonald's. At least that's not why they are advertising to you. Keep in mind the why they are advertising. They are actually advertising to you so that next time you are thinking about going and getting fast food, that McDonald's is one of your top options. Now, how does McDonald's stay relevant? Well, if they can throw McDonald's in your face over and over again every single day or every couple of days with a commercial, well, that's how they do it, right? You're more likely to go to McDonald's after seeing many commercials throughout your life. That's McDonald's purpose for advertising. Again, it's not that you go out and run to McDonald's because you're all of a sudden craving McDonald's because you've seen a commercial on TV. That's not it. Now, very few companies out there do not advertise. Now, Tesla has never advertised before, besides Elon Musk and Twitter and things that your average people don't watch or don't care about. Your average person does not care about stocks. Let me just tell you that right now. If that crushed your hopes and dreams, well, you're not alone. That's the reason I started making YouTube videos, because nobody wanted to talk to me about investing. Well, maybe that's a topic for another video, but that means that nobody has ever seen a Tesla commercial before or an advertisement. Most people don't care about stocks or Elon or what Elon's doing. So your average person out there really has no idea about Tesla, to the degree that they know Tesla is a car maker. Like, nobody knows Tesla even does solar panels or does anything else. They know they make cars. They don't know about the technology. They don't know simple things that you and I know about Tesla. So Tesla's purpose for advertising is going to be much more purposeful and impactful when they do advertise. Because instead of McDonald's just doing the same thing repetitively, selling you commercials, wanting to keep their brand alive in your brain, Tesla, they are introducing a brand to millions of people once they start to advertise. We don't know exactly when they will. Tesla, or Elon, I should say, at the shareholder meeting said we'll start to advertise a little. Now, Tesla is going to see their order book absolutely blow up based off of advertising because, again, they're not just keeping a brand alive, they're introducing a brand to the mass public. The safety of Teslas, the technology of Teslas, the durability, the chargeability of Teslas. Some people think you'll still get stranded on the side of the road. Like, Tesla doesn't tell you where you need to stop to charge your vehicle. Like, people don't know that. There's a lack of education problem when it really comes down to Tesla. And that's why, in my personal opinion, once Tesla does start to advertise on a mass scale, in which I think that will happen, you're going to see Tesla's order book explode. And that's going to drive the stock to explode. Markets are going to price in a lot of future growth for Tesla, much more than what you're pricing in now, once that advertising does start to kick in. And then your valuation, it's going to look a lot cheaper at that point. Once your order book, in my opinion, 5 or 10x's within the next 2 years. If you knew that, you'd go out and buy every share of Tesla you could right now, because the stock's going well past all-time highs. My personal opinion, obviously the risk here is that maybe Elon never advertises. That's a possibility. Then you're subject to people that know about Teslas or that are in the markets that know about Tesla or Elon. Kind of word of mouth kind of deal, what you've seen so far. And based off of Tesla sales that you've seen without advertising, just wait until they start to advertise. That's one of the things I am most bullish on Tesla for right now, is that eventual advertising. I think that's probably starting now. I think you'll get a broader announcement about advertising pretty soon, within the next couple of months. The second catalyst that will push Tesla to all-time highs, if it's not already at all-time highs, is the Model 2. Now, if you've never heard of the Model 2, that is because it hasn't been announced. It's not a real thing. This is the name that analysts are calling for the less than $25,000 Tesla car. It's supposedly going to be called the Model 2. Now, about 80% of auto buyers do not currently fit the bill for current Tesla models. The cheapest Tesla you can buy brand new is $40,000 minus the $7,500 tax credit, still cheaper than your average new US vehicle, but 80% of the market, a little bit more than that, doesn't buy brand new vehicles. 80% of Americans, or more again, buys pre-used vehicles because the price point for a new vehicle is so high. Now, there's logical reason why Tesla would want to do a $25,000 car. Now, again, the obvious one would be getting more cars sold. That's an obvious one. But there's other benefits as well, like selling the actual technology, getting more vehicles out there to use Tesla superchargers, in which Tesla looks like it is going to be the dominant player in the charging sector. Tesla is like the pickaxe and shovels of the EV industry, or EV revolution, whatever you want to call it. Lots of reasons why Tesla would want a $25,000 Tesla car, especially if they could still have their 20+% margins. That would be great for Tesla. Now, there's some pressure to actually do this. On March 15th, Volkswagen unveiled an electric vehicle priced at less than 25,000 euros. That's $26,400. The German juggernaut called this car the ID. To all, the version will be available to the public in 2025. A month after that, so in April, BYD unveiled the Seagull, an $11,000 electric vehicle, making it by far the cheapest EV currently on the market. Now, obviously, you don't want to go that cheap with these vehicles. It wouldn't make sense to sell vehicles that cheap. That would just be ridiculous. That's cheaper than most of your pre-used vehicles. That's not what I would want to see. But a lower price vehicle, a $20,000 or $25,000 vehicle, would be a huge benefit to Tesla and really build out their ecosystem and give people more options. It's not like everyone's going to go out and buy a $25,000 vehicle. It probably wouldn't be the biggest model out there. You'd still probably see your $30,000 to $40,000 to $45,000 models as your biggest sellers still. But giving people more options, letting people get introduced to the Tesla ecosystem will be huge for the stock. Just the announcement of a $25,000 Tesla or $20,000 Tesla, you would want to be in Tesla stock that day. That day, Tesla is going up 10% or more, in my personal opinion. We'll see what happens. We'll see when this gets announced. But odds are later in this year, that will be a reality. This next catalyst could be even bigger for Tesla's share price than advertising. And in its own way, it could provide a lot of free advertising. And that is the Tesla Robo taxi service. This is called the Master Plan Part DX. Dux. I don't know really how to say that. This was published in 2016 from Elon and Tesla, essentially creating a robo-taxi network. This is the reason why Cathie Woods thinks Tesla will be well over $2,000 by 2027. Now, Elon said, quote, "With respect to full self-driving, of any technology development I've been involved in, I've never really seen more false dawns or where it seems like we're going to break through, but we don't, as I've seen in full self-driving," said Musk. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, full self-driving, you actually have to solve real-world artificial intelligence, which nobody has solved. The whole road system is made for biological neural nets and eyes. And so actually, when you think about it, in order to solve driving, we have to solve neural nets and cameras to a degree of capability that is on par with or really exceeds humans. And I think we will achieve that this year. Now, just imagine if you had a bunch of cars out there being taxis without a driver. These cars are not even going to have gas pedals. They're not going to have some functions that you would expect in a lot of cars. Now, this is not priced into Tesla stock, Robo-taxi, and these catalysts we've talked about, they're not the reason why Tesla has been going higher. You're simply buying Tesla today because you expect Tesla to grow in between 35 and 45% next year and the rest of this year. That's why Tesla has been going higher. None of these catalysts are factored into the stock. And specifically with Robo-taxi, yeah, it's great. Tesla has its own taxi service, cars out there driving themselves. Sure, that's going to be a very much service-like revenue. That's going to demand a higher price-to-earnings ratio. That's going to be a benefit to Tesla stock. But do you know what it's really going to do? Wait for this one. Probably haven't heard this one before. It's common sense. It's going to make more people purchase full self-driving, in which that's the real cash cow for Tesla. Because after all, if you don't want to drive yourself around and you like being taxied around, well, if you just have your own Tesla and you buy full self-driving and your car can just drive you everywhere, in which it pretty much does now, and that's widely available as public information right now, nobody I know knows that a Tesla can drive you around by itself. Like that's not public information to a lot of people. But when people are actively seeing it happening around them, you're going to get so many more people that purchase full self-driving for 10, 15,000, whatever package they want to do. Maybe they opt for the subscription service, which is around $200 a month. That would also obviously improve Tesla in ways that you and I really couldn't imagine right now. Well, let me give you a real life kind of example of the Robo-taxi network and what effect that will have on Tesla's business. For an example, my mother, she hates driving. She owns a Chevy Equinox. Yeah, like 2021 Chevy Equinox. Well, she hates driving. But she's nervous about full self-driving. She's never experienced it. She's never seen it out on the roads, knows nothing about it. If she were to see these cars driving around and acting cognitively, like not crashing into walls, well, she would go out and buy a Tesla tomorrow and purchase full self-driving, no matter what the cost was, because she hates driving. And I think that's the case for a lot of people. If you could sit back and do whatever the hell you wanted to, let the car drive you safely, and you've seen this happening around you, that's a big that's the biggest selling point for full self-driving that you could ever have for Tesla. Now, another big catalyst for Tesla stock is going to be the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck alone has pre-orders around 1.5 million. You're finally starting to get production of the Cybertruck by the end of the third quarter, around September. Could come a little after that, could come a little before that. But again, back to what I said, the Cybertruck, whether you love it or hate it, is going to be advertising for Tesla. And based off the pre-order numbers, it looks like quite a few people like Cybertrucks. And that's actually interesting now that I say that out loud, because two people that I personally know, one is a male, one is a female, that know nothing about stocks or nothing about Teslas in general, have talked to me about the Cybertruck and how they actually like it because it's unique. Which, sitting here thinking about it, maybe that's the case for the whole world. People like things that are unique typically. I named my daughter Khaleesi from Game of Thrones because it was unique and I liked it. If everyone was named Khaleesi, I probably wouldn't have liked the name, for a personal example. So I think this will also be big for brand penetration with Tesla, as well as driving revenue for Tesla. Now, with all of these catalysts, there's obviously other ones like new production facilities for Tesla. Ultimately, even if I think order books for Tesla are going to 5 or 10x in the next year or two based off of advertising, if Tesla does not continue to build out their production capacity, it's not going to matter all too much. People are only going to wait so long to buy their vehicle, right? If your order book and your delays to deliver vehicles starts to get to like 6, 8, 9, 12 months, that's going to turn some people away. So you've gotten news recently that maybe Tesla will expand into the South Asian region. Maybe it's Vietnam or Malaysia. You've gotten news that maybe Tesla will build a factory in India, or another factory in China, or a new factory in Mongolia, or in Spain, or North Mexico, or Nevada. We've kind of heard everywhere. Maybe Tesla's just going to build a factory everywhere, right? In due time, I'm sure they will. But getting that production up as well is another step to this kind of climbing the stair step of catalyst motion, right? Even if you sell more vehicles based off advertising, you need to be able to produce more vehicles. And then building out factories is a key part of that. And I don't think Elon is stupid. And I think that's exactly why they're looking to build more factories. Now, based off of these catalysts, I think Tesla stock will hit new all-time highs. And according to Coin Price Forecast, Tesla stock could hit a new all-time high by the end of this year, closing out 2023 by $431 per share. And that's closing out 2023 by $431. They could close out 2024 at $686 per share and continue on to over $2,000 per share by 2034. I think in the short term, these numbers look correct. By the end of next year, 18 months from now, to see Tesla stock at $700, that seems pretty realistic with what catalyst I'm expecting and what kind of growth I'm expecting. Now, in the longer term, I think Tesla could rally a lot more than what Coin Price Forecast says over here. And obviously, forecasts for Tesla stock are all over the place. But again, these catalysts and the way that we have explained these catalysts and the significance of them in this video is just not grasped by Wall Street. And that is to your benefit as a retail investor. You see things in the real economy. You don't see them through the lens of Wall Street, in which some analysts are not even going to be able to understand this video. They're going to say, doesn't everyone know about Tesla? That's how clueless some analysts are. Some people on Wall Street just don't see how the real economy is. So, for these reasons, I'm bullish. Let me know what you are most bullish on for Tesla down below in the comment section. If I missed a big catalyst, let me know down there as well. I'm sure I did. There's a lot of things to look forward to with Tesla. Let me know down below in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Source your comments, questions, or concerns in that comment section. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.